Hi, I'm Santa. Mm. Let's hear some stories.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Hello, everybody. Oh, Santa is so pleased to be here to visit the Livonia Civic Center Library. That's very good. Why don't you sit down, love? Yeah. Now, what sound did you hear when Santa came out? You heard bells. Oh, what kind of bells? Jingle bells. Yes, I'll bet. Do you know a song about jingle bells? Oh, very good. Let's see what Santa has in his bag here. Oh, I'll bet I have something that we can do jingle bells with. Oh, can you help Santa shake those? Yeah? Can you help Santa by shaking those? Yeah, how about you? Yeah. Sure. There. Well, let's see how many Santa has to go around, okay? Can you shake those? And can you shake that? Very good. Oh, here, can you shake those? Very good. These are important, even though they're small, okay? And there's one for you, okay? Now let's hear everybody shake your bells. Shake them really good. All right. Now let's all sing together, okay? 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Very good. Now, everybody who has a bell, turn around and give a bell to somebody who didn't get one the first time. Oh, right here, there. There's one for you. And would you like a bell? You can take that one. There you go. Can you shake it? Oh, it makes a good sound, doesn't it? All right, let's sing one more time. 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Very good. You did very well. Now you can put the bells back in Santa's bag for him. Yeah, can you do that? Very good. Thank you. Is it going to go in? There we go. There we go. Did Santa get them all here? Oh, we need to put those in, don't we? And those. Very good. Very good. Yes, I've got bells on my boots. That's right. Now, yeah, Santa has a story to share with you. Let's see here what story he has. Oh, here's a story. This is a story called I've Seen Santa. And it's about some bears, a bear family. In fact, there's 3 of them. I wonder if they're the famous 3 bears. There, see, it was Christmas Eve, and Little Bear was looking forward to seeing Santa. Is Santa as big as you, he said to Papa Bear. Oh, nearly, said Big Bear proudly. Oh, said Little Bear, looking worried. Then will Santa fit down our chimney? Of course he will, said Big Bear. I'll show you. And Big Bear went outside and climbed into the chimney. Crash! He fell down into the fireplace. See, said Big Bear from a cloud of soot, Santa will get in no problem. Santa won't come if he sees this mess, said Mama Bear. We'll clean up, said Little Bear. Does Santa visit bears all over the world? Little Bear asked. Yes, said Big Bear. He goes to every house. Said Little Bear. He might not have time to come here, and then I won't have any presents. Don't worry, said Mommy Bear. Santa will come just as soon as you go to sleep. Little Bear didn't want to go to sleep. He wanted to see Santa. He listened to Mommy Bear and Big Bear going to bed. And then, glug, 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 glug. What was that noise? Someone was downstairs. Someone big was sitting by the fireplace. Yes, whispered Little Bear. I've seen Santa. And Little Bear tiptoed up, and he saw Big Bear. That's Santa's milk, said Little Bear. I only wanted a sip, said Big Bear, before I go to sleep. He took Little Bear's paw. Come on, Little Bear, let's go to bed. Little Bear tried to stay awake, but he soon began to doze. And then a loud noise downstairs woke him up. Munch, 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 munch. Someone big was standing by the Christmas tree. This time, it had to be Santa. Oh no, it was Big Bear again. Now you're eating Santa's blueberry pies, said Little Bear. I was hungry, said Big Bear. If Santa is as greedy as you, said Mommy Bear, he really will be too big to fit down the chimney. Now go to bed, both of you. Little Bear went to bed, but he couldn't go to sleep. He was too worried. He woke up Big Bear to ask him a question. What if Santa eats too many blueberry pies and then he gets stuck in the chimney? Oh, said Big Bear. Let's keep watch to make sure that he's okay. Little Bear said, we can hide so he won't see us. Shh, whispered Little Bear from their hiding place. I hear something. It must be Santa. Someone was putting presents in their stockings. Big Bear turned on his flashlight to see. Mommy Bear, what are you doing? Said Big Bear. I'm giving you both a present from me, said Mommy Bear. What are you doing? We're not going to bed, said Little Bear. We're going to see Santa, he said. Mommy Bear laughed. Make room for me then, and we'll all see Santa. Little Bear, Big Bear, and Mommy Bear stayed downstairs all through the night. But they never did see Santa, even though Santa saw them. Yeah, they had fallen asleep, hadn't they? And Santa saw them sleeping there by the Christmas tree. Isn't that a funny story? Yeah. Now, I think all of you know about Santa's reindeer, and one of his reindeer is the only one that has a song written about him. Which reindeer has a song written about him? Which one? Rudolph, that's right. Now, how many of you are really, really brave? Are you really, really brave? Oh, we have some brave people here. That's good. All right, are you brave enough to come up and stand beside Santa if I point to you? Yeah, all right. Why don't you come up here and stand by Santa? You're brave. All right, you come up. Who else? You're brave. You're sure? All right, you come up. All right, wait until you asked, okay? And you're brave? All right, how many does Santa have? Santa has 4 now. All right, how about the little boy there in the yellow or gold or green or whatever that is? Can you tell Santa's colorblind? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5 we've got? Yeah, 4, 5. All right. All right. How about 6? Why don't you come up here? Let's see, who else is brave? Oh, you're brave? Yeah, you can come up. And you're brave? Can you come up? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you going to help Santa? Or are you going to watch? You got to sit down if you're going to watch, okay? All right. Do you want to help? Oh, but you have to take off your reindeer thing for a minute, okay? Yeah, very good. Leave that where you're sitting. You can go back and get it after, okay? Very good. All right. Yeah, come on up. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you going to help Santa? All right, then you come here. And you have to sit down for now, okay? But you can help Santa later. No, you can come up here. You can come up here, all right? All right, here we go. Oh, well, there you go. And there you go. There's one for you. Well, they're coming. There's one for you. Okay, and there's one for you. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. There you go. There's one for you. Whoops. Whoops, Santa needs it.
What
Yep.
is it?
Oh, you'll see. There's one for you. There, and there's one for you. Okay, there. There we go. All right. Now, let's see. How do Santa's reindeer all look here? Okay, come join the rest of the reindeer, okay? Yeah, that's good. Leave it on your head and it'll stay. There you go. Very good. Come around here. Yep. There you go. Well, there.
What is that?
There. Whoops.
He's so little.
Yes, he is little, isn't he? There. Okay. Now. There we go. All right. Oh, well, this is because Santa needs a Rudolph. There we go. All right. Now you're all going to help Santa, okay? Now the reindeer, when they're up with Santa pulling the sleigh, they're looking for the next cloud to step on. And so their front paws are going like this. Can you make your front paws go like that? Yeah, can you do that? Oh, very good. Yes, that's very good. All right, so on the count of 3, let's everybody sing together, all right? 1, 2, 3. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Very good. Didn't they do well? Yes, they did a good job. All right, you may keep your antlers and the nose, and you may sit down and go back to your seats where you were sitting, okay? Very good. Now, Santa has another story to share with you. Okay? And this is called, can you sit down, love? Huh? Yes, very good. This is called A Cookie for Santa. Now, when Santa visits everybody's house on Christmas Eve, and he's done putting the presents around the tree, sometimes he looks around and he sees on a nearby table or counter, there's usually a glass or a mug or a cup, and there's also a dish. What's on the dish? What? Cookies. That's right. Santa's favorite food, right? Yeah, and maybe a carrot, if the reindeer are lucky. Well, this is now. This is a story about a cookie that Santa met one Christmas Eve. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and there on a plate was a gingerbread boy awaiting his fate. The children had baked him and dressed him with care, using currants for eyes and icing for hair. They knew that St. Nick, with his overstuffed pack, would be sorely in need of a fine midnight snack. The Christmas tree sparkled, strands of lights glimmered, snowflakes and garlands all glittered and shimmered. The gingerbread boy, despite all this beauty, nervously pondered his Christmas Eve duty. Later that evening, when he'd been devoured, would he be brave or a crumbling coward? Bursting into the room, is all this for us? Two puppies came bounding and started a fuss. They leapt and they snapped and they played tug of war, and they pounced and they pawed and they ripped and they tore. The gingerbread boy thought, oh, what can be done? These puppies are having the wrong kind of fun. He knew to save Christmas he'd need to take action. I'll make myself into a doggy distraction. Come, rascal, come, rowdy, he called them by name. I'll show you a much better Christmas Eve game. A biscuit, they barked with howling dog joy, and one that can talk, it's a gingerbread boy. And what he did next made those naughty pups stop. Look at me, Cookie cried, I can spin like a top. He twirled and he spun until he was dizzy, keeping exuberant puppies quite busy. Tails wagging, tongues drooling, the pups were entranced, while the gingerbread boy deliciously danced. But the gingerbread boy just spun round and round until those young puppies at last settled down. A jingling of Christmas bells came from outside. It's Santa, the pups yipped. Woof, let's go hide. Would Santa Claus start with his legs or his head? Would he nibble his arms or his buttons instead? Santa said, on my radar there was trouble reported. Can you lend me a hand getting all of this sorted? The gingerbread boy helped jolly St. Nick. With morning approaching, they had to be quick. When the work was all done, Cookie climbed on the dish. He looked to the stars and made one Christmas wish. And then he heard Santa say, we make a great team. Come hop in my sleigh. There are more homes to visit before Christmas Day, and I need you for duty up at the North Pole. Toy soldiers saluted and gave a drum roll. Christmas morning, the children found gifts and a note. In festive green ink, Santa Claus wrote, I've searched the world over and found at this stop the perfect night watchman to mind my toy shop. And as for those pups that created a mess, I've left something special for them. Can you guess? And what Santa left was a gift certificate for a good-to-the-bone puppy obedience school. So, now, oh, thank you. May I set that right there for now? Okay, thank you. And Santa has to check. Okay. Santa has one last story. Let's see here. There we go. and it's called a scissors story. And it's called a scissors story because you have to watch what Santa is doing with his scissors while he's telling the story, okay? Now, a long time ago, there was a man who lived in a house all by himself. Now, it's not really totally true that he was all by himself, because the little old man knew that in his kitchen, behind the stove, there lived 2 mice. And he knew about the mice, and he didn't mind that they lived there. They were sort of like company for him. Now, one Christmas Eve, the man went to his food cupboard to see what he had to eat for Christmas Day. And when he opened up the cupboard, all he found were 2 pieces of cheese. And those pieces of cheese looked like that. And the man looked at those 2 pieces of cheese and he said, well, that's not much food for me. But if I make it a present to the mice who live in my kitchen, they will have a wonderful Christmas dinner. And so that's what he did. He took the 2 pieces of cheese and he set them down by the hole behind the stove in his kitchen. And right away, those 2 mice found that cheese. Now, those mice knew everything there was to know about that man's house. And they knew that that cheese was all the food he had left in his house. And they thought that was a very generous present for him to make to them. And they thought, we should do something nice for him. And they thought, and they thought, and they decided that they would go outside and get pieces of evergreen tree and make a little wreath for him. Well, they made the wreath and they set it on his kitchen table, and then they looked at it and they said, oh, our wreath needs something more. So the 2 mice took the 2 pieces of cheese and they went to visit their friends, the mice who lived at the general store. And after some discussion, they traded the 2 pieces of cheese for a nice red candle. So the next morning, when the man came downstairs, he found on his kitchen table a nice wreath with a nice red candle. And he liked that so much that he lit the candle and he hung it in his front window. Well, in a little while, there came a knock at his front door. And it was one of his neighbors. The neighbor said, I've made some cake for Christmas. May I come in and share it with you? And the man said, why, yes, thank you very much. Do come in. And then there was another knock. And that neighbor said, I've made apple cider for Christmas. May I come in and share it with you? And there was another knock, and a neighbor had nuts, and another neighbor came and knocked at his door, and that neighbor had ham. And another neighbor came, and that neighbor had cheese. Well, pretty soon the little old man was having a party in his living room. And he didn't understand why. And he looked at all his neighbors and he said, why did you all come to my house today? And everybody turned and pointed to the wreath hanging in his window. And they said, we just knew whoever had such a pretty wreath hanging in their window knew how to keep Christmas. And we wanted to spend part of our day with that person. And so that's how 2 pieces of cheese and 2 clever mice turned Christmas Day into a party for the little old man. Isn't that a cute story? Yeah. Now, Santa has been looking forward to coming to the Livonia Civic Center Library to visit with you. Thank you.
I got a new snow jacket.
Very good. And each year when he comes, the librarians promise that I get to visit with all of the children and I get to take a picture with them, as long as the parents or their grandparents or aunts and uncles bring a camera. And so Santa would like very much to do that for you this evening, if I may. Oh, good.